kitchen. I'm so glad you're here. Look at all this beautiful stuff. It's cold outside, so I thought I'd warm us up with different ways to flavor your teas. I understand you might not be growing your own lemongrass in your house, and that I'm a little ridiculous with all the things that I preserve and dry and have to be able to grind up. I know everybody's not like me, but you may have just a few of these things in your house that are wonderful ways to flavor your teas, whether it's herbal teas, green teas, black teas. You can be getting them spiced already. Maybe there's a flavor you love, but maybe there's one you can make at home. Fraction of the cost, you know all of the ingredients, and things that you might not be saving or preserving. You might want to consider that as options for you. So let's go through all of these and talk about different ways to spice up your teas. Okay, let's talk about some of this ridiculous bounty. So, this is mint. Lots of the herbal teas I make, I drink, I give away as gifts start with a mint base. And when you grow mint, this is what it looks like. It is easy to grow and grows all over a patch in my raised beds. And I sometimes dry it and use it in foods. And sometimes I buy lots and lots of ounces of dried mint to make teas in volume. Both are totally fine. I also grow two other things I use in my garden in lots of my herbal teas. So this one here is wild violets. Aren't they beautiful? And they can go in when they're fresh. You can dry them. They're just amazing little wildflowers. I use them in desserts all the time. And this is lavender. It's too early in the season for it to be all purple, but can you see? It's going to be blossoming soon, and all of this is going to become a gorgeous color, easy to dry, easy to throw into your teas, and have big flavor. So those are some options. Let's see what else I have here. I use two other kinds of teas that are caffeinated. Can you see them? This one is Lapsang Zhaochang. It's a very smoky black tea I like, and this is a form of green tea I like. I buy them many ounces at a time. I keep them in a dark place, and these in the glasses today are just for show so you can see them. But all three of those, black teas, green teas, herbal teas, amazing to be able to be in symphony with so many extra beautiful flavors. A lot of people use lemons and ginger to be able to make like a mint tea taste very bright and fresh. It's especially good in the morning for digestion. So I highly recommend having some ginger or lemon on hand to be able to flavor a tea, and you can use both of them fresh. You can also dry your lemon. I would grate or use the peel and have that dried. But the ginger, I would use fresh. I'll tell you a secret about how to peel ginger. Use a spoon, not a knife. It allows you to just keep so much more of the root than you would be cutting away with a knife, and it just comes right off of the edge of the spoon. Try that sometimes. Okay, then in addition to those, here are lots of things I use and how I use them. One of the things I use all the time, you see this? Are orange peels. Every time somebody in the family eats an orange, they don't have to compost that. They can just put it right into a glass jar for me. Those peels can dry out in the air on their own. Look at how many there are right now, because we've been eating a lot of clementines and oranges, so we have a lot of these peels. I break them up when they're dry into smaller bits. Make sure it's all the way dry before I'm putting it into a sealed jar, about that size. And then I can keep them on hand to be able to use in lots of the teas we drink at home. You can also use a dehydrator, and sometimes I do that, and I will cut up lots and lots of peels on all of the rows and dehydrate it over a day or two. But for orange peels, you can just leave them out. When they're ready to go, aren't they beautiful color? Peel them up, make sure they're nice and dry, and put them in a jar. Easy. You know what goes great with orange peels? Either cinnamon or my favorite, star anise. Can you see this? Look how beautiful star anises are. They're so magical. And you can just throw one or two of them into your teapot with some of the orange peel, and you have this beautiful orange and spice tea ready for you. Great, great spice to use that does not require any grinding at all. Cinnamon, I put the whole stick in as well. So that's no grinding either. If you are talking about making an orange and spice one and you want to grind it, here's a couple suggestions. In my house, I have a coffee grinder that I use for grinding up my spices. So easy to be able to use them fresh and on demand rather than buying all those individual jars of all of the spices that have already been ground. Quite frankly, over time they lose their flavor. So, for example, if you want cardamom, get cardamom and throw it in your coffee grinder. When it's all the way ground up, it goes through a sifter, and then you have cardamom spiced tea. Amazing. So delicious. You can also use, let's see what other ones I have here, allspice the same way. Here's cloves. Oh gosh, such a wintry, beautiful smell. And once in a while, I even use ones you might not be that familiar with on their own, like juniper berries. I'll show you what juniper berries look like. They have a crisp, cool scent to them. They are used to flavor some alcohols. Can you see them? And they last a really long time this way. And when you're ready to just grind them up, you grind up the few you need, put them into your wintry spiced teas, and they're beautiful. Well, I hope this has given you a sense of the kind of flavors you want for your beverages and some choices to how you're going to get them. Are you going to grow them or grind them or dry them? And then once you have those in your house, how are you going to combine them? The choices really are endless, and I hope they make you feel well cared for cup after cup. If you like this kind of video, please go check out Pearlstone online, where lots of instructors have produced beautiful videos for you to enjoy. And if you like food anywhere near as much as I do, please go visit Pearlstone Kitchen. We're cooking up a ton of meals on that website. You can see what the menus are, the availability to bring those out and deliver them in our community, or you can donate, where we will bring our meals to some of the healthcare heroes in our local hospitals. We are bringing hundreds of meals out so that we can nourish those that are on the front line. Thanks to all of you who have already supported Pearlstone Kitchen going out with our healthcare heroes, and thanks to all of you who will help us say thank you to them. And speaking of thank you so much for coming to my kitchen. I'm so happy you were here. Please come again. Bye.